It's Friday again.
It is Friday. Every Friday, it seems.
We end up here.
What?
It's like it's planned, and we do this thing on purpose.
We do. Well, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the magic word, everybody.
Episode unlucky number 13.
All about Sam.
The other.
That's Sam.
This one.
This is planned? What? Yeah, we don't all just randomly show up here because we were pulled to it. I wish, because that would be pretty sweet, right?
The forces just like pull us in, and we're like, yes.
All of a sudden we're like, wait, all about Sam again. Yeah, man, we are really self-centered.
We are. We just love talking about Sams. They're the best.
Can we just have shirts that just say Sam across them?
All about Sams.
Sam I am. It's magic! Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 13 of The Magic Word. We are Sam and Sam. And Sam. And green eggs and Sam's, apparently.
Yes. No green screens and Sam's.
Yes, because we have green screens and Sam's. There you go. That's the name of our next podcast is Green Screens and Sam's. All we do is invite Sam's.
Missed opportunity.
Can we do that? Can we just invite all the Sam's that we know?
Yes.
And interview them?
Yes.
To see how cool Sam's are?
Yes. I just want to have a whole group of Sam's. Can you imagine our little fireplace screen and all it is a bunch of Sam's? Like, oh my gosh, I want to do this.
No, we need one that's like a gallery wall. So they're like, we can fit like 4 people in there. Debbie, we're messaging you after this. If you guys don't know, Debbie Balboa on Twitter, she does all of our art and is amazing. And you've probably seen a lot of her art going around the streaming world recently. And it's just awesome. But I totally think it would be hilarious to get all the Sams. I can think of like 3 right off.
I can think of quite a bit at the top of my head.
That's hilarious.
We'll discuss.
Okay. We'll be like, wanted. Are you Sam? We want to talk with
you. Got to put it on a poster and make sure that it's plastered.
Pull the little, number tags off them.
Which Sam are you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are you a Sam doing things? So are we. We want to create a club called Just Sam's. Wait.
That sounds really familiar.
I feel like you're self-imposing your branding in there without trying.
This sounds like it's hit close to home.
Oh my gosh. How was your week?
My week has been really, really, really good. Really busy. And I have been running 1,000,000 miles a minute. But it's been nice. I like being busy.
So tell everybody really quick, like the cool things that happened to you this week. Because first off, I have to say that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. So I was announced as Twitch's newest ambassador. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically I'm somebody that now just kind of represents Twitch. More so than I did before, which is really cool. And I'm super grateful for the opportunity. Another thing that was announced on Wednesday was my show that I filmed in October. I am the host and co-judge of Amazon's Game on Titans. So it's a mobile gaming competition show, and season 1 airs April 7th, I believe, on Prime Video. And then, now I'm here.
This is a great thing that happens to you every week.
It is. I love the magic word so much. It's like my comfy time with my gal pal and our friends.
Yeah. Well, it was so cool. Like I didn't know about the ambassador thing. And so when that came up, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And it was like the next day that they announced Game on Titans, which I did know about. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
It's been my week, a week that I wasn't prepared for, I believe.
Well, you know what? That's the best weeks, right?
Yeah, it was good. How about your week? How's yours gone?
it's to the point that I'm like still not remembering what happens in each week. Is that good or bad? Like, is there so much stuff that's going on that I don't remember? Or is there not enough that I just don't have anything to remember?
I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to forget and what you're trying to remember.
I know. I showed you this off screen, but I have a pile of things next to me that are really cool that I'm working on. They're literally like right here. You can't see them, but they're really cool, and I'm working on that. I don't know. I'm adding to my annoying list of things that I can't tell you guys about.
Just get
it's the worst. Like it's the most annoying thing when people are like, "Oh my gosh, this amazing thing happened," but I can't tell you. And when I can, I promise I will. And then it's like 5 months later, and I feel so bad. But that is literally my life right now. I have nothing that I can talk about publicly, but everything going on behind the scenes is so exciting that at some point this year, there's going to be a lot of cool things to talk about. We just talked about this too offline. If you guys are out at the store anytime this weekend and you notice W Magazine, pick up a copy and flip through it, and you will find our family. Ben got interviewed to be part of their best performance, I think is the series that they're doing, best performances issue. There's been a couple issues so far, and I think this is the second or third one. And they just brought it out today. I already went to 2 Targets and it wasn't stocked yet, so I'm going to Barnes & Noble after this to go get a copy. But there'll be an interview with Ben and a family picture of the 3 of us inside it, which is exciting. And that means that one of my best friends is now officially a published photographer. And so that was super exciting. And it was like a very last minute thing. Normally they send a photographer out to you, but obviously because of COVID, they're like, we can't. And so back in November, they're like, hey, we need a family picture in 5 days. And it can't be one that's been used or seen anywhere else. And I was like, what do I do? It's the middle of November, so it's freezing cold. And we have to, and we didn't want to do one in the studio because that's just not us. So we went outside for 15 minutes, took pictures, went in the studio, got some new headshots of Ben. And I was like, never again am I doing this in 5 days. Because my poor friend, I was like, you don't have to edit all of them. I just need you. Yeah, time for haircuts, boys. Charlie's hair was so shaggy, and it was just a whirlwind of a mess. But I love the photos that we took, and now I can finally share them once I find the physical copy of the magazine, make sure that it's out. They're just, I don't know, there's some really cute ones of the boy. So
that's exciting. See, I'm proud of you too. Look at that. Big things.
What's
it's exciting when we can finally announce things. Yeah.
Right. And there's always, I don't know if you have things where you do stuff or something, but then it falls off and it never happens. That's always the most frustrating, right?
Yeah, I've had that before. Yeah. I mean, even my show was actually supposed to be announced in November of last year, but it kept getting pushed back because they were waiting for the app to be available on iOS, which the app is called Game On, for those of you who are wondering. So it was on Android in November, but it was never on iOS up until literally Wednesday. So it kept getting pushed back and back and back, and I felt terrible. Like, there's something exciting I can't tell y'all yet because it keeps getting pushed back.
We have a project that we've been working on since February of last year. So it's been a year. And it wasn't until a month ago we decided that the route that we were taking was not the route that was going to work for us. We had spent a year, doing all of the legal stuff, all of like everything. And then it was just like, well, there's this one thing that we're not seeing eye to eye. So peace out. And now we're starting all over again. But the way that we're going now, everything is like ramping up really quickly. And so hopefully it's like, it's another one of those things. I need 5 days for a family photo. It's another one of these things where they're like, we need to release this thing in 30 days, but we have nothing. And I'm like, yay, but at least it's not another year. Oh man. But yeah, it's just I feel like I don't have much to talk about and unless I like, sprinkle these little things here and there.
Yeah,
But it's this year is gonna be a good year. Next year already is going to be a good year.
I love that.
Ah,
Yeah.
yay. How about real quick, I don't think we've talked about what's the time frame for vaccinations for you in California?
So for my tier, which is basically like immunocompromised people,
Hmm.
March 15th is what it's looking like, so pretty
Okay.
soon.
Yay.
Now that's just hoping that I can get on the list
Right.
or get an appointment as soon as I can. So I'm hoping to get at least my first one, maybe sometime this month. So we'll see.
That's exciting.
Yeah, what about you?
It was supposed to be this month, or like I should have already been able to get my first one, but Nebraska's focusing
No.
on age over pre-existing conditions now. So they're breaking up the things even smaller. So it was 65 and up, and then 18 to
Mhm.
64 with pre-existing conditions, and then now they're just doing 65 and up, and then they will do 50 to 64, and then once that is done, then it will
Jeez.
open up to immunocompromised from 18 to 50, then public after that. So the goal though is to have have it open to the general public by May.
Yeah. Isn't that what Biden said too?
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
Nebraska's still trying to like stay on course with that.
Mhm.
But it's just like it's frustrating because it just keeps changing on the daily. Uh, but my mom should be getting hers soon. My brother is already fully vaccinated. Ben's mom is in the middle of the process. My dad and stepmom are in the middle of the process. So
Mhm.
it's good to see things happening.
Yeah.
It feels real. Feels like we have a chance at a year.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited.
But today, last week was about me. Today is about you.
Me.
Yeah, we got to know me. Last week, Sam asked me a lot of questions that we had come up together, and we also asked Twitter questions and chat questions. So if you guys do want some questions to be answered that aren't on our list already, you can quickly hop over to the Magic Word on Twitter and take a look at that last post and drop some questions there. Or you can save them for in chat and we'll start taking those at the very, very end. But I'm going to interview my BFF, Sam.
Me.
And we're just gonna jump in. What was your first
Okay.
video game?
My first video game that I can remember was Super Mario Paint. Loved it.
What did you do in that game? I'm trying to remember if I
Art, or like there was like a fly swatting game. There was also like the music
yes.
portion of it that people still make stuff to this day, which is really cool. I mean, I played a lot of other games on like Sega and I think we had an Atari, but the one that I just remember playing like for me was Mario Paint.
Yeah. Was there a thing where like you could make sceneries with using like stamps, like trees and dinosaurs and like make pictures and stuff like that?
I honestly don't remember.
I think my friend had it and we would always use it as the backgrounds when we would make
Mhm.
pretend TV shows. So we would like go in and make the music for our pretend TV show and play it on the video game. And then we would switch it to something else and it would be like the weather or it would be like dinosaurs in the background or something like that.
I don't remember.
Huh.
Maybe though.
I haven't thought about that game in so long.
It's old.
What would your perfect day be from beginning to end?
I'm an early riser, so I would love to just wake up early and honestly go somewhere outside. So whether it like you mentioned it last week and I was like, "Oh, we kind of have the same like wanting to start our days." Like I'd love to just go on a hike. I'd love to do like a picnic with or like an outdoor camp kind of situation where you have like the coffee drip and you just have coffee in woods or forests or something. I would pretty much just love to spend an entire day just outside. I miss the outside.
Me too.
So, and then like lunchtime, uh would love to also bring something that's just like in a little snack pack and just enjoy the outdoors. Um, I would love to go on bicycle ride through some trails and walking around anywhere where I can just see a bunch of green.
You want to be a wood nymph, basically.
Ah, yes, please. Because I'm frolic. That's all I want. And then come home and have like a home cooked dinner or have like a dinner that I've already started pre-cooking, like the crock pot. Like make some gumbo. And fill your belly up with some warm food. And then a cozy night of watching something together as a family. And then going to sleep early because I wake up early.
So you mentioned gumbo, which I know that is like your dish that you make, right?
Yes.
What was your favorite food growing up? And has it changed?
Mashed potatoes. And it has not changed.
Oh,
Mashed potatoes are still my favorite.
we had mashed potatoes last night. Do you like the mashed potatoes that are like the potato flakes, or does it have to be like?
I love all
of them. Okay.
All of them. Yeah, I don't care what it is. I just love mashed potatoes.
Do you do mashed potatoes with the skins on?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't make them that way, but I will eat them that way.
Okay. I make them that way, and everybody looks at me like I'm crazy.
No, I love it. I
do baby red potatoes, and I cut them up really small so the skins aren't huge chunks. And then yeah, you need the skin. It just tastes so good. And everyone looks at me when I have chunky with skin mashed potatoes, and I'm like, why is there anything wrong with this?
It adds a nice texture, in my opinion.
Yeah. A little garlic, butter.
Oh, stop. Oh, Sam.
Bacon bits.
I'm very attracted to potatoes, so please stop this.
I just bought a mandolin this week, like a slicer, and I made sweet potato chips. Now I'm hungry. Show's done. Let's go. What was an embarrassing moment from your childhood?
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus, I know exactly which one. So I was roughly like 7 or 8 years old. I was visiting my grandparents' house up in Ohio. They lived in the woods, and we, as a family, were going on a walk through their backyard, which is, I think, maybe a couple acres. And I was leading the pack, just being all prideful, like, look at me leading everybody. And then suddenly, I had to use the bathroom. And I stood there and I was like, I'm so far away from the house, but I can use the bathroom. So I turned around to my family and I was like, I gotta go potty. I'll be right back. And I ran home to my grandma's house. And then as I had like those like clog kind of buckly sandals that are just a million buckles to get out of. And I remember standing on the front mat because I was just walking through like dirt and mud. I was like, I can't walk inside. My grandma's gonna kill me. So as I was unbuckling my sandals, I did not number one, but also number two on the front porch. Down my overall leggings.
Oh no.
Little baby Sam had to go. And my grandpa lent me some shorts. And they were like massive, of course. And then he had to go and get rope like tied around my waist. There's a picture of me in his shorts.
Oh, I didn't talk about my number 2 embarrassing story last week. I only did the 2 number 1s. But I had a number 2 story too that it's not my week, so you guys don't get to know about.
The bane of my existence. It is the story of like the most embarrassing part of my life ever. It was horrifying.
Why do our embarrassing stories involve bodily functions?
Because it's embarrassing.
Right? Bodily functions in general are embarrassing. I don't like it. Moving on. What's your favorite thing that you own?
I didn't think about this question.
This one was tricky for me. I don't even remember what I said.
I don't know if it's my absolute favorite thing, but it's the thing that comes to mind right now because it is my favorite right now, is actually the necklace you gave me. I've been wearing it so much.
I
'Cause
noticed.
I love it, like, every time I wear it, I just feel like it embodies me, and it reminds me that I'm loved, like, I got this because somebody looked at it and thought of me, and it's so meaningful, so that is my current, like, favorite item that I love. I'm not wearing it today because it didn't match my outfit, but I looked at it this morning and I was like, "Next time."
It's a rainbow. It matches.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I almost wore mine from Aaron too, but I have a wave on today.
It's so good.
Oh, that makes me feel really
It's so
good.
good, thank you for it.
Thank you. When have you felt the most proud?
Mm. There's many moments in my life that I have felt quite proud, a lot of them in regards to my son. Um, Mostly just seeing how he is becoming, uh, like a proper young gentleman, in the sense that he cares about people, he's nurturing, he is speaking up when things are wrong, and I'm just like, "I did that?" Like, is that 'cause of me? So it makes me feel prideful because 'cause I'm just like, "Holy heck." Like, we were at a park, was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? And, there were these 2 little kids that came up to us, and one was a little girl, and she was like, "Do you like to sing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like singing." She's like, "Me too. Do you wanna hear it?" And I was like, "Sure." So she started singing to me, and her brother was like, "Singing is stupid. I would never do that." And Leif stood up for her, and he was like, "Well, I love to sing, and I think that it's really good." And then, he turned to them and he was like, it's just like Dr. Martin Luther King said, like, we don't judge people by, the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And he was like, so I don't think we should judge because she likes to sing. And I was just like, what?
Did you record him saying something like that on an
Yeah,
Instagram story?
he
Okay.
said after the kids left, he was like, "Mommy, can you take a video? I wanna show daddy what I said." And I was like, "Okay." I was so
He's such a
proud.
sweet kid.
He's so well spoken, and I'm astounded by him every time he says something like that because it's like he learned something that resonated with him so much that he's now, like, teaching this to others, and it's really important to me as a mom. I'm just like, "That's my boy. That is my pride."
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah,
Aww.
love him.
So opposite side of that, when have you
Mm.
felt the most challenged?
Um, Mostly, honestly, in this industry. Pretty recently, actually, I have been doing a lot of comparison to others when I preach against that all the time. I'm just like, don't compare yourself to other people. But I've also been comparing myself to myself in a negative way, and not looking at the positives that have been happening and instead focusing on the negatives. And that's what kind of got me into like my depression and more of what has been tearing me down. So it's now a challenge within myself to give myself grace and speak kindness into myself. Because, in the end, I'm the only thing that is permanent. And so I need to take care of me. So that's what I've been trying to do, but I'm still in that significant challenge of my personal life. It sucks.
It
But
does.
I'm
I
getting
think
there.
comparing yourself to yourself is like one of the hardest things
Mm,
to do.
yeah.
Is like you want to be happy, but then at the same time you're like, but then your brain just doesn't sometimes want to be
Yeah.
happy.
Which is the wild part because it's like, why can't you just be happy?
Right?
Stop
I know
it.
you want to.
Just
Why
fix
aren't
it.
you?
Yeah. So that's
Only
been a
was
journey.
that easy.
I wish.
So what do you do then when no one else is around and it's just you?
Um, I read mangas and watch anime. I don't know what it is. I can't do it with other people.
Really?
I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah. No, that's literally what I do. I like hide and I read my mangas and I watch my anime. It's like my fandom that's like just to me. Even though I like to talk about it, I don't like to share it.
Interesting.
Like,
What's your favorite anime?
I have three. It's Fruits Baskets, Snow White with Red Hair, and Yona of the Dawn. And I'm continuing the manga series of Yona of the Dawn right now and Snow White with Red Hair. So they're just really good and wholesome, and I love them. So yeah. But
Cowboy
other people
Bebop
might find
full.
them cheesy because I'm just like, leave me
Cowboy
alone.
Bebop will forever be my favorite anime.
It's got like the best theme song.
All right. Did you ever get in trouble when you were younger, like in school or
Yes.
parents?
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes. So it's not that I was a bad kid. I was actually a goody two shoes and I got made fun of a lot for it. It was because one of my best friends at the time, she was really, really, really small, and she wanted to prove that to us in the girls' locker room of PE one day. And she got in the locker, and I shut the locker on her, and I was like, "Look, you can fit in all the way." And then somebody else came and like actually locked her in. I did not do that, but we didn't know she had claustrophobia, and she started having a panic attack. And so we got her out, and she told the teachers, and I got in school suspension for shutting her in the locker. Yeah,
Oops.
I got in trouble.
Was that the only time though? Like the only big time?
Yeah. No, I got
No.
in trouble for forging my mom's signature so I could ride a bus home for somebody else. But my mom actually approved of it, which is the funny part. Whenever my principal called to get me in trouble, I was like, "Oh yeah, I told her she could do it." So like I got in trouble, but I wasn't in trouble.
Did you have both your parents' signatures memorized?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom's. My dad's is literally just like chicken scratch. Nobody would have been able to tell. My mom's is so elegant, which is mine is so elegant because I loved it so much. So yeah, I don't know how she was able to tell.
Maybe cameras in her. So we talked earlier about, the light at the end of the tunnel of this year being a good year that we
Mm,
can maybe travel.
yeah.
Where would you, if you could travel anywhere right now, and I said I give you a ticket, where would you want to go?
I would get back to China. I want to visit China again so badly. I want to see my surrogacy babies. I honestly would love to go back to Wuxian. Wuxian is my favorite place that I've ever been. It's otherworldly. It's a beautiful ancient river town. Like it's like Venice, but in China. And it's beautiful. Yeah, I dream about it all the time. That's where I want to go.
Would you want to learn Chinese for a foreign
Mm.
language, or would you want to learn something else?
No, yeah, actually, Leif and I are both learning Mandarin, which has been really fun. So that is my hopeful future fluent language. I mean, there's a bunch of other languages that I would love to learn. Like, I'd love to become more fluent in like French, or I mean, pretty much. And I'd love to learn Japanese, absolutely, because I'd love to go to Japan and be able to talk. But Mandarin is the one that Leif and I are learning so that he can communicate with the Sororo babies, and they're learning English so they can communicate with him so that they can continue to grow a relationship as they become adults.
Nice. Can you say
Yeah.
something in Mandarin?
没关系 means it doesn't matter.
I just love languages. Like there's so many similarities, but so many differences
Mhm.
between them.
Yeah.
Um, do you believe in aliens or ghosts or
Um,
otherworldly things?
I don't think I believe in aliens. It intrigues me. A part of me kind of wants them to be real because that'd be dope. But like, I don't believe that they're real, at least not yet. For ghosts, I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I do believe in demons. Um, yeah, that, that's about it.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
Hiding behind this like red chair, like red old rocking chair that we had in my house in Ohio, and my mom was playing peekaboo with me. I don't know how old I was. Actually, I do because I lived in that house up until I was 2. So that was my earliest memory is playing peekaboo with my mom at probably 2 years old before we moved to Louisiana. Yeah.
Isn't that so
I don't
weird?
know why that's in my head. Yeah.
Isn't that so weird? Like what everyone's first memory is. I think Ben's is being at a beach that his family didn't go to after he was like 2 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so interesting.
Huh. I'm so curious to see what Charlie's first memory is going to be, like when he's older.
Same.
Has Leif ever talked about what his first memory is?
No, he forgets things that we tell him 2 seconds ago. So
Same.
I don't know. We'll find out one day.
He'll run. I'll be like, "Can you go get dressed?" And he'll run into his room and he'll run right back out. And he's like, "What am I supposed to do?" Like, did you hear me?
I remember things that I don't know why it's stuck in his head, but okay.
Oh man, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I always wanted to be a pediatrician, and I actually started school to be a pediatrician. I originally started to go for surgical technology because I wanted to do a lot. So I wanted to do surgical technology. I wanted to do paramedic. I wanted to also be a nurse as well as a pediatrician, as well as like the nurse that takes care of the babies after birth, like in between like mom taking care. So I started with surgical technology, and then I got married and never went back.
Yay!
Yep.
But now you're here.
I'm glad it didn't work out.
What's something that people don't know about you?
What is something people don't know about me? I'm very open. That's a good question. Holy crap.
Right? Do you need to settle on that one for a little bit? That you can make that noise.
There you go.
Your fake
come back to
laugh.
that one.
Everyone knows about your fake laugh, but the fact that it's a fake.
Gosh.
I love that that laugh is in my intro video for my stream.
It's horrifying. No, but people know that one. What's something people don't know? I mean, I don't know how many people know currently, but I do know quite a bit of ASL, and I used to sign at hospitals and nursing homes and women's homes and stuff like that to contemporary Christian music. So I like basically sing with my hands.
It's so pretty when people do that.
Yeah, I can sing. So there's something.
There we go. We love ASL in this world.
Me too.
Do you have a stupid human trick?
I mean, I knew that.
You're yeah. Crazy disjointed.
Yeah. Like,
you have like
crazy.
rubber fingers.
I do. It's beautiful. It's great. I can also do this. Hey Sam, what's this? I don't know, but here it comes again. All right, yeah, I have funky fingers.
That's the name of a band. Speaking of bands, if you had to listen to one band for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It would honestly be a toss-up between Fatboy Slim and Daft Punk. I'm so sad about their disbandment.
Right? Same. Ben and I listened to a lot of the music that night. It's
so
always
sad.
like, you know, when somebody passes away or they stop making music or movies and stuff like that, and like you instantly go and watch it and listen to it.
Yep. We've been listening to him a lot now because I'm just like, eh.
Yeah. It was so sad. Yeah, I think that definitely rocked a lot of people.
Yes. It
sure.
definitely, my brother and I felt really sad because that's our favorite band. But yeah, but also Fatboy Slim. Or if I had to pick a top 3, it'd be Daft Punk, Fatboy Slim, and Gorillaz. Or Cake. It's like a
Cake's
toss-up
a good
between
one
Cake and Gorillaz.
What's the worst you've been physically hurt?
So I've been hurt a lot. I've fractured my lower spine in 3rd grade from a trampoline.
Trampolines are
Uh,
dangerous.
they are. Oh
They're also
gosh, they're
hella
so
fun though.
dangerous. I've also broken each wrist a few times. I don't know how many now. I've broken each ankle a few times. I broke my finger in musical chairs. I have a scar right here. I don't know if you can see it. And it cuts across to here from a bookshelf slicing my face. Gosh. The one that I remembered like the physical pain the most is definitely my finger though.
Yeah.
Like the healing of this was horrendous. I'd rather give birth without an epidural again than do this. It's just there's just like such thin skin. There's literally nothing there in between it for the healing process. So, so probably my finger.
Are you accident prone or are you more,
Yes.
is it just like Daredevil?
No, I'm just accident prone. I know that I'm gonna get hurt. Even before the musical chairs incident, they were trying to get me to play, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get hurt. I always get hurt. And even though I sat down first, and there was an empty chair next to me, it's because I was being helpful. It's usually because I'm trying to help people that I
Stop
get
helping.
hurt.
Stop being nice.
So that's what it is. Like the thing is, I'm not clumsy. I'm just accident prone. I'm just a magnet for injury.
There are definitely
So
like, people that are magnets for injuries or magnets for negative things happening or sadness or whatever, but it's not their fault. Like you don't do anything on purpose to receive that, but it's just that's what
happens.
the world draws to you.
It's fine. Well, I grew up in hospitals now. I'm fine with it.
There you go. Maybe
Can
that's
handle.
why you just wanted to be a pediatrician and you're getting free on the
It
job
is.
education.
It's because I was always in the hospital that I was just like, I want to help kids because I'm always being helped. Like, that's what drew me to
You want
that.
to give back.
Yeah.
What's your all-time favorite dessert?
To be frank, I'm not a very big dessert person. I don't very much like sweets.
We can't be friends.
I know, I'm sorry. But if I had to choose mochi, I love mochi. Like mango mochi is so good.
Is that the ice cream with the like dough around it?
Yeah, it's like a rice dough. It's really good.
They make cashew dairy-free versions that you can buy at Target.
Ooh. Yeah, we get ours at Target.
Really good.
They're really good.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take all the sweets and you can have the cheddar cheese and apple pie.
Yeah. That's why I like it on my pie because I need it to be like more savory.
Exactly. So if somebody had to make like the ultimate dinner for you, like Eric is just trying to go all out and make you the best meal possible for you, appetizer, main meal, and dessert and a drink, what would it be?
Oh heck. I don't think I could eat all that.
You're really hungry. You haven't ate for days because you were a wood nymph out in the wilderness and couldn't find berries.
Oh yes, I forgot. For an appetizer, anything with soup. I love soup. So maybe like a broccoli cheddar soup, or even like a tomato bisque. That'd be really good. So that could be like my appetizer. And then for the main course, I would love my mama's homemade roast beef with my mama's homemade mashed potatoes. And broccoli and like corn and green beans. I'm reminding myself of mom.
A big plate
And
so far.
then for a drink, my favorite drink that we made for the holidays was those like frozen lemonades that you can just like squeeze out of the tube
Oh yeah.
and like fill it up with water. Yeah, so we would get those. Like you put it in a bowl and then you fill it with ginger ale and it makes like a lemonade, carbonated lemonade. It's so good. So it's like a ginger lemonade. So we would do that, and it has to be the pink lemonade.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Is it the Minute Maid kind?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so for dessert, mochi. I love mochi. If he could make it,
Wonder how hard it is to make.
that's fine. I don't know actually.
Look that up.
Yeah. That would be my ultimate meal.
Sounds like a good meal. I would eat with you.
Sounds hearty.
It seems like, yeah, you like the big, like the full belly, savory type things.
Yeah, I like a good Southern meal that doesn't have to be fried.
Yeah. Furiously taking notes. Good. Dak, next time that you do something wrong, these are all the things you need to make her happy. So you mentioned Southern, and that makes me think of, like Southern women in the big poofy dresses and all that kind of stuff. If you had to live in another time period, what would it be?
Oh, definitely not then. If we're not talking about like political side or rights and stuff like that,
No.
I would definitely love to live in either like Regency, Victorian, Edwardian period. I love that style dress. I love just all of that style. Anything where I get to wear a fancy dress and it looks like a nightgown, but I can wear it out makes me happy.
Is that like Bridgerton era?
Regency, yes, where it's the
Okay.
more empire kind of waist, which I also love.
And
Or
more
like
of like like you said, like the nightgown versus like the poofy dresses is more of like the sleek dresses.
Yeah.
I
So
can
that's
see you.
what I would like to live in.
I could see you totally like going all ham on that.
Yeah, I would. Oh, please.
With afternoon tea.
I'm not a big tea person. Afternoon coffee, please.
Oh yes. What's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you?
In a weird way, pretty much any big opportunity that I get from being a streamer, like the fact that I'm a show host now, I feel pretty darn lucky that I was picked for that. The NASA thing that I did with Ben, I feel pretty lucky for that. Yeah, pretty much anything like that, I feel super lucky. But I never had like a lottery kind of luck kind of thing.
Right.
Unless it's the lottery of friendship, then I got you.
Oh, why are you so nice to me today?
I love you.
I'm gonna do a few kind of like everybody answer kind of questions that people ask you. What's your favorite color?
Seasonal. My favorite color is seasonal, which basically means that I'm attracted to different colors more significantly around certain seasons. However, if I had to just pick one, I'd probably say pastel pink.
All right, so spring. What's your favorite color in spring?
Pastels.
Summer.
Neons and bright colors. Fall, browns, neutrals, greens. And then winter, I like blues, whites, and then of course greens and reds. There you go.
So you love the full spectrum.
I do. I love color.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Why?
Well, because of Christ, and also because it's like our for sure family time. Usually we get to visit family, but we of course haven't been able to. So yeah, I love it. It just feels comfy. It always just feels comfy.
Yeah.
And I love gift giving and receiving gifts because love language. Hello.
Love languages are good. We like love languages. What's your favorite animal?
Monkeys.
Monkeys? Any specific kind of monkey?
Spider monkey, which is funny because I have massive arachnophobia. So the name is not pleasing to me, but I love spider monkeys.
There's one that I call a highlighter monkey that he's like bright yellow.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like a type of spider monkey.
But okay. I don't know.
They're so cute. They're so tiny and fuzzy.
Let's see if it shows the right one. I don't know. You'd have to show me later. But they're so cute every time I look at them.
Highlighter monkey.
Highlighter monkey. He's got like
to see if that would maybe show up. Nope, just lots of highlighter. JK, and probably something else that shouldn't show up during a highlighter monkey search.
That's for us.
All right. What is your favorite book or book series?
Well, Harry Potter.
Favorite movie?
Phantom of the Opera, the one with Gerard Butler.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
It's usually anime, to be honest, and the ones that I mentioned. But if I had to pick one that's not that, practically, I love trash TV. It's bubblegum from my brain. It's just something that I don't have to think about. So, pretty much anything like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I loved Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Dance Moms, like anything that
I
just
love dance.
let me just chill, and then I didn't have to stress and be too in tuned. But I also, I don't know. I actually don't watch a lot of TV or shows or movies anymore. I don't have time. So that's why trash TV or bubblegum for the brain is easier. Yeah.
And then you just kind of go catatonic.
Yeah.
On.
It's something I don't really need to focus on.
Right.
Mhm.
Favorite flower? If I were to buy you flowers.
Calla lilies are my favorite.
Calla lilies, they come in multiple colors, right?
White ones specifically for me.
Okay.
It was my wedding flower.
If you could have a superpower, what would you choose?
I would really like to read minds. I know most people don't want that, but I would love that ability. However, I would also like to be able to turn it off.
Okay.
So if it was something that I could turn on and off and not have to like constantly read like Edward Cullen.
Feel everybody's thing. There's a girl in Fate, the Wink Saga, that she can feel everybody's emotions and read minds. She's a mind fairy. And she was just like, I really wish that I could just turn off. So she puts headphones on and blasts music all the time so she can't hear everything. And I was like,
interesting.
Let's see. Okay, somebody thinks that they found. That is not the right one. I will find a picture of it and I'll post it on our Twitter, on the Magic Word Twitter. That is not the right one though. That one's still very cute. But there's so many monkeys that you know. Yeah. Do you like roller coasters or other adrenaline type activities?
Yeah, I consider myself an adrenaline junkie. I'm a front row rider.
Oh, of roller coasters?
Yeah, love it.
If I'm going to be on a roller coaster, it's got to be in the front, right? Like,
yeah. Well, one, you don't get like the whiplash that you're going to get with the tail end, which always sucks.
Yeah.
And two, you get the full view. That's the best part. And potentially not the puke in your face.
Yeah. You'll be the one puking in other people's faces.
That's right.
How do you deal with stress?
I cry. I don't hold stress in. I usually need to release it. So my body just starts to build up for like throughout the day. And then by the end of the day, I cry and I take baths. Hopefully with something like a bath bomb or bubbles or something that is scented that can please my brain. And then I take melatonin and I go to sleep. That is how I deal with stress. I don't know if that's toxic because I don't focus on it at all the next morning. Like I try to just get through the day, and then if it comes again, I do the same thing.
So when you're in the bath though, like do you listen to music? Do you read a book? Do you just sit there?
Yeah, just watch YouTube videos. I've recently been watching a lot of just Among Us videos. Yeah, it's fun. Bubblegum for the brain.
Again, I need to send you some of the CBD bath bombs that Sunday Scaries has.
Oh, cool.
They're so good and they smell so good too. They're called Tub Cubs and I like them.
Oh,
They look like little gummy bears.
Oh.
I'll get you some and send you some. They're very, very good. And I can't use them because our bath is so damn shallow.
I feel you.
You mentioned arachnophobia. Do you have any other phobias?
I mean, I have natural fears. Like I would rather not drown or be caught in a burning building or, lose a family member, something like that. But as for like pure phobias, no, arachnophobia is my biggest and most significant fear. It's a little crazy how afraid I am of spiders.
Um, so was there anything that caused that, or is it just like a fear that you created?
Nope. It was definitely caused.
Okay.
So my brother and his friend were back in like super early YouTube days. They were just like recording this spider that they found in their friend's bathroom, and one of them went to grab a shoe, and they smashed it, and like 100 little baby spiders went everywhere, and
Oh
it has
no.
petrified me. So I have never been able to kill a spider because I am terrified that it's pregnant or that it has like eggs all on it.
Yeah.
The
So
conversation.
I had an employee of mine that was very very afraid that if she saw it in her, like came out of her bedroom and saw it in between her and the door, she would not come to work. Same
I
to for
just
you.
stare at it and
Yeah.
I yell for Eric. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-uh. Well, this conversation is giving me
Moving
anxiety.
on. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
It's honestly been pretty recent. People like it's a physical thing, but it's one that I never thought of. But people saying my face is symmetrical, and I'm like, I never thought of that as a compliment, but like, thank you.
It is pretty symmetrical, and they do say that the most symmetrical faces are the most beautiful ones, are considered to be the most beautiful ones.
Oh,
Have you ever seen the thing where they take like they cut a celebrity's face in half in a picture and then they mirror it, and one side is the more attractive side than the other, and then the most attractive celebrities are the ones that both sides are attractive.
oh. I did something on TikTok where it was showing you like what you look like with the left and the right, and that was pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's been a pretty nice compliment. However, if we're not talking about looks, probably there's a lot of compliments I've received that are just so kind, but ones that have to do with me feeling comfortable to other people, like I am their comfort, or that I'm easy to talk to, means a lot because I don't ever want to come off as somebody that is not approachable. So, those are some of my favorite compliments. Yeah.
What is your favorite part about you then? Physically, let's go physically and personality.
Physically, uh, probably my eyebrows. I hated them growing up because my sister used to make fun of me for having bushy eyebrows because everybody tweezed them to
Super
hide them
thin.
back then. Yeah. And so I always got made fun of, but I didn't want to go through pain. So I was like, no. And now I'm super grateful for them. So that's probably my favorite physical feature. Uh and then what was the other question? Sorry.
Your favorite thing about you personality wise, whether your brain or your laugh or, something that's not physical.
Um I I'm very grateful for my patience and that I can find the lightheartedness out of every situation. So I think that's a good bonus.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Are you ready for some Twitter questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ba-da-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Go to the magic word and scroll down. All right. I'm gonna call out the people if I know they're in chat. Is
Okay.
Zactology
Ooh.
said, "What's your favorite convention, either in general or your favorite of the ones you've been to, and why?"
Um, my favorite one, like the one that I will always go to, is GCX, formerly known as Guardian Con. The main significance for it for me is how it's based around St. Jude. Like it's based around charity. Um, as well as the fact that it just feels like home. Like it's not such a massive convention yet that you get lost in the crowd. Like I know people there, and it feels safe. Like it just feels like a safe space. And most of my favorite people are always there, so it brings me a lot of joy. Yeah, I would say that's my favorite convention.
It's probably one of my favorite too, just because everywhere I go, I see somebody I know.
Yeah. Like you
It's
just
like
know
Cheers.
everybody.
GCX is Cheers.
Yes.
We like that. What do you think you would be doing if you were not a streamer or a content creator?
I'd be a doctor.
No, like tomorrow you're not a streamer or a content creator. What would your
I'd be a
next?
mom. I'd sleep.
Sleep.
But just be a
Don't I
mom.
know it, right?
Let me just sleep in.
Oh man. So Sammy says, how does it feel to be Twitch's newest ambassador? How long have you known
Yeah.
that you were going to be the ambassador?
January. So I've known
Okay.
it quite a while. So someone had even asked me like, why do I not seem more excited? Well, it's because it's like kind of settled. Because it's been a few months now of me knowing. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. It's exciting that it's finally announced and I have a cool badge now. I'm super grateful for that.
What's your bat? Oh, in chat? Type in chat. I want to see it.
Oh, okay. Here, let me pick an emote. Let's do this one.
It's also hilarious that you said it's been a few months and that was January because it still feels like the end of January to me.
Right?
Like Ben's birthday is in 2 weeks, kind of thing.
Holy crap. You better think of
Oh, it
something.
is cute with the purple and the blue. Like that. I
Yeah.
want that. One day. Goal. I'll be a Twitch ambassador one.
You will. I have faith.
You have been recently obsessed with D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. What kinds of D&D characters would you want to play in future campaigns, races, classes, backstories, etc.? And would you ever consider being a DM one day?
Future campaigns? Okay, so currently my current characters right now are a Leonin fighter. That is my main campaign, my longest standing. And my second campaign, I am a wood elf cleric who I'm enjoying. However, she is difficult. And then I have two other campaigns. I'm not absolutely 100% on what I want to be yet. I'm kind of tossing up the idea of a satyr bard because I just think it seems fun to basically just be like the cheerleader. Because I have the tough one, I have the healer, and I just kind of want to be like, woo, go team!
I'll
And
stand back here and cheer you on. Be like, yeah, you got him.
you're doing great, sweetie.
Here's a sticker.
And
How many did
then,
you kill? Five stickers.
proud of you. I think. What else would I like to be? I mean, I'd honestly love to play everything and get the feel of everything. Um,
Would you be a DM one day?
I don't know.
I
It's
think it
not that
takes
I
a
wouldn't
special
want
brain to
to.
be a DM.
Yeah, the creativity that goes into storytelling is incredible, and especially how like you write up basically a whole world and you write these stories within this world. It's like being a novelist in a way, except you're role playing it.
And you have
Um,
to change it on the fly.
Yeah. And it's not that I wouldn't ever maybe want to be, it's more so I think I just enjoy being a player. Like I thoroughly enjoy that so much. And getting into somebody else's head instead of somebody being in my head, you know? My head's private, get out of there.
We have another campaign that we might be starting soon that's just all Lupos. And I'm gonna be something that I've never been before. And I'm gonna be a sorcerer or a witch doctor of some kind.
Ooh.
And I am going to be a cat. But
Wait, like a tabaxi?
no, I'm going to be a human that made a mistake. Now I am a cat.
Oh. Oh wait,
So
I think you told me this.
I'm going to be Puss in Boots, basically.
Hell yeah.
Right? And so I'm so excited for this. I can't wait for us to do this. And I don't know exactly. People are like, well, you're going to be like a druid? I'm like, no, I'm going to be like super. Think I'm awesome. And, but I made a huge mistake and now I'm a cat.
I'm excited to see this.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. And I've been like looking up really interesting looking cats so I can come up with like cool pattern and stuff like that. And
Ooh.
yeah, Yeah, I'm so excited for that. What's been, let's see, your proudest accomplishment, personal or professional so far? We kind of talked about this a little bit more, but let's talk about the streaming side of it, because I know a lot of people have been wanting us to talk about streaming more, which will be a future episode. But what do you think is your like proudest accomplishment that got you to where you are for streaming?
Um, being able to take care of my family financially. So there's not like really any significant timeline on it of like it happened this day, but the fact that since last July, my family has been relying on me for income. Um, I feel pretty proud about that. That I've been able to take care of my family. Um, so yeah, that's been nice.
What's something that's on your bucket list?
Um, with streaming, I mean, I'd really love to host like something on like Twitch gaming. Like I'd love to be a host for something on there or potential like host at TwitchCon like on their actual stage.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've done hosting on like other side stages, but
You did the Mac one, right? Or were you just a
yeah.
model for that one?
I was a co-host, but I was
Okay.
also the model. But I also hosted on the Tiltify stage. I've hosted for Jackbox games. I've hosted for Maple Story 2. But like I would love to host for Twitch and like their upcoming things. Like basically I want to be like a DJ Wheat.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I
We
think
all
that'd
want to
be
be
cool.
Marcus. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Marcus is awesome.
that would
What
be really cool.
about personally? What's on your bucket list? Like skydiving or swimming with sharks, or what's that
Neither
outrageous
of
thing?
those.
Neither of those. What's that
Ooh.
outrageous thing that you wish that you could try?
Um, Mountain climbing. I've never done it. So anytime you talk about it, I'm just like,
Do you want to
I'm
mountain
just
climb or rock climb?
both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to climb Mount Everest. I know that that's like a big goal and that takes a lot of training, but like that's so cool.
Right.
Literally be on top of the world.
Mine was Half Dome in Yosemite. I wanted to climb to the top of Half Dome. I don't know if I can anymore, but
Let's do it together. I don't know
it
if I
would
can
be
either, but
it'd be so cool. I just don't know if my body would let me do it. Somebody asked your ideal vacation, and we know that you talked about going back to China and the places in there. But if it wasn't China, what would be your ideal vacation? And that it might not even be crazy travel. Maybe it's just
yeah,
sitting
no,
at
just
home.
general locations. Like if I don't have to pick a specific location, I would love to just get a cabin in a forest, somewhere on a mountain. That's just anywhere where I'm in like trees is always my favorite. So maybe with like a little water stream and something kind of off the grid. I think that'd be so nice. Like just get me off the grid. I don't want cell phone service. I mean, that would suck if I fell off a cliff. See you later. It's my
Hopefully,
time
you
to go.
wouldn't be by yourself.
But, but like, yeah, away from everything. I think that would be ideal. Or like the countryside of Provence in France, like south of France. That'd be so beautiful.
What is your holy grail makeup items? Like, if you had to pick 3 makeup items to take to a beach, like to a deserted island, like to take to a deserted island, 3 makeup items for the rest of your life.
All right, if it's makeup and not skincare,
Mm-hmm.
so makeup, I'd probably pick some eyebrow gel. It could be clear. My brows can stand on their own. um, Probably mascara just to make my eyes look a little bit more awake. And then I have like this liquid blush that can be like on my cheeks, also on your lips and on your eyelids, so that it's like a whole look. There you go.
You
Easy.
you have like a mascara that you super love and you've been using for a really long time, right?
Mhm.
What is that?
It's just the L'Oreal telescopic. Carbon Black
One
mascara.
thing I remember you talking about in streams often is that.
I've been using it for like a decade. No, I have been using it for over a decade. Yeah, it's my favorite. I have it on today.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Have you faced any challenges being a family-friendly streamer?
Yeah. Growth is definitely it is more difficult. One, because it's such a niche community of a lot of times younger people, which is not bad. However, financially, that is not good, I will say. And secondly, it limits a lot of certain kinds of humor that attract people. So, like crude, lewd, out there, extravagant kind of moments. I do have to hold back in some instances. Not that it's difficult for me because I'm just naturally a family friendly person, but I do notice, like, with engagement, even on, like, clips on social media, I'm more of the wholesome kind of person, and even though I love seeing this, like, out there content and insane, like, laughs and giggles and things like that, I'm just like, I do feel like I miss out, on that relatability to people, uh, because a lot of people just see me as, like, a mom, and I'm like, "No, I'm not like, I love being lewd and crude and stuff, I just don't do it on stream. I think it's fine, but I also love what my stream and my community is as well because it is a safe place for families. So I think that that's important as well for me.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
you'll ever rebrand? Like I've seen a lot of YouTubers that are now getting old enough that like they're in their mid to late 20s that they started out in their early 20s and they made, like high school and college aged videos and stuff like that. And now they're like, I'm 27. I don't want to make videos for 18-year-olds anymore. Do you ever
Mhm.
feel like you'll eventually rebrand to not be as family friendly as like life gets older too?
The only thing is that it's so ingrained in me because I've always been like this. Like for as long as I can really remember, I've always been a meek little girl who, felt uncomfortable with like sexual jokes and things like that, which is also, my asexuality, which I came to learn as an adult. Uh, or things like that. Like the thing is, I like to consider myself more like Disney or any kind of kid movie where you have the adult jokes that only the adults get, but they're not like crude enough to where the kids would be like, it's more so
Mm-hmm.
that the adults are like, so that's the kind of humor that I have. So I don't think that I would ever rebrand. But if there ever is a moment where I know we're going into that territory that's not exactly family friendly, I'll take off like the tag and be like, yo, we're just vibing here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Um, there's questions in chat coming in,
Okay.
but I have a question for you because you talk about your age, right? It's
Yeah.
on your yeah. So you're
Yeah.
29 now, right?
Mhm.
So this year is going to be a big birthday for you.
Yes.
This year is also going to be a semi big birthday for me because I will be 35
35.
and you will be 30. Is there
Mhm.
something that you want to do for your big 3-0?
I want to travel. I've spent every birthday on stream the last 6 years, and that's not bad, but I don't want to spend it on stream this year. Like, I mean, I'll probably have a birthday celebration, but I don't want it on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be taken somewhere. Like I want to travel. Um yeah, that would be like my big 3-0. As much as I want to celebrate it with people, I kind of just want to celebrate it with my little family.
I celebrated mine major pregnant.
Love that for you.
I was like, damn it.
I
You
don't
were
want to be
supposed to be out a week before this.
pregnant.
I have the same kind of feeling for my 35th. I think I want to get like a house or a cabin in Colorado or Utah or something like that, like up where it's really pretty and just
Yeah,
invite all my friends from my various walks of life all come together for like 4 days and just have a girls broads weekend.
Broads. Ooh, I love that term.
Will you come to my broad party?
Yeah, can I bring a broad?
Ooh. I think that's what I want to do. So
Oh, that
is
sounds so lovely.
something fun like that.
So I'll
All right,
get vaccinated.
yes. Let's go through some chat questions. How do you balance being a mom and a streamer? I feel like this is going to be a bigger episode for us in the future, but do you feel like you've missed out on anything?
Um, Short answer, yes. But not when it comes necessarily to streaming. I feel like being a mother has given me a lot of opportunities because I'm on like different panels and most different things in regards to being a mom. And it's really a part of who I am. And so when people are interested in me as a mom, I'm just like, cool, I can talk about that all day. Whenever I say that I've missed out, I mean in my home life. I've definitely missed out on a lot, especially since I've taken on like everything for the house. So I missed out on Leif slamming his principal on Wednesday because I was here. I've missed out on a lot of moments for him, or even whenever I travel. I missed out on Leif losing a tooth. As silly as it is, it's significant to me. So I've missed out on home moments. Or there's just times where I'm just too tired. Leif wants to watch a movie. I want to sleep because I have work the next day, or I have a meeting, or things like that. So the juggling isn't the worst though when it comes to the house being taken care of or life because my husband is home and my brother lives with me. So they take care of everything. But I definitely missed out on those situations.
Just a season though, right?
Yeah. One day I'll be back to
Yeah.
being able to be around him more.
If you could stream one game for the rest of forever and never had to worry about stats or financial things, what game would it be? And you can't say Diablo 2, says Queen.
No, Diablo 2.
What's your second forever game?
Oh, I hate this question now. Maple Story.
I thought you'd say Sims.
No,
Oh.
Maple Story.
Cool.
Yeah, something I need like an MMO. I need something where I can interact with people. So if I'm going to stream it forever, I want to be able to talk to people.
True. What's your favorite piece of clothing or your go-to outfit? I like the go-to outfit. Do you have like an outfit equation, or how Steve Jobs wore the same thing all the time?
Kind of wear everything.
You do.
But
That's why I was like, this is a good one to trick you.
if I like needed to quickly choose an outfit, it would either be something with overalls or a dress. That is my go-to because dress easy to throw on, and then I can accessorize with either a headband, a beret, or like some matching socks, and then just a cute pair of shoes. And then overalls, you just put on an overall and accessorize with a hat or whatever's underneath, and matching socks and shoes. Yeah, no, that's pretty much me. I need things that match. Like even this, there's a little red beret here, a little red lipstick. There you go.
So thought out. I'm leggings and a t-shirt and call it a day. Life is unpredictable, but in a perfect world, where would you like to find yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would like to be, well, if I had it my way, I'd love to be an actor. I would love to so much. I'd love to be in a movie. I'd love to be in a show. I would love to solely live financially off of like voiceover. As much as I love streaming, it takes so much out of you being on all the time. So I'd like moments to be able to be down. So, but still get my entertainment out there. That would be my ideal.
When do you think you're going to retire from streaming?
Well, until one of those things happen, probably never.
I mean, that's so weird because nobody really ever has, right? Nobody that is big enough is really ever retired from streaming yet. So we don't know what the cutoff is or what the end goal is. And I think that's for especially like people like Ben or you, or that like this is your job and your livelihood. It's such a weird thing because you don't really have an end goal. Like in a corporate office, you're like, I want to get up to this point or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
there's like no
if you
promotions or anything. It's just either you get lucky or you get good. That's it.
yeah. And yeah, I just I'm curious to see. I feel like in the next 5 years, we'll start seeing people dip out.
Yeah,
And, I,
probably.
and I'm excited to see what that looks like for those people.
Mhm.
How did you figure out your sexuality, and have you slash did you come out? You did. We talked about that.
Mhm.
But how has it changed your life? I think let's focus on that a
Mm.
little bit more.
So basically, the way that I discovered, growing up, I've always felt that I was off when it came to like friends making sex jokes or talking about their sex lives and stuff like that. And I always related it or equated it to me just being like a good girl, like a good Christian and things like that. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Like, this makes me uncomfortable. And as I grew up, because at the time you only really knew of gay, bi, and lesbian. Like you didn't really know of anything else yet. And then you hear more terms, and then you've got, well, I think I first heard about transsexual probably when I was like 16, 17. And then I was like, oh, okay, so there's more. And then you start hearing about more and more. And I heard about asexual probably in my early 20s. Um, and I started looking into it, and I was just like, this sounds like me. Um, because even though I was then married at the time, I still felt like, why am I still feeling this way? And it's nothing to do with my husband. It's literally just me. Like I always tell people, I could literally go my whole life without sex. I'm fine. None me up. But it felt off. Like it felt weird that friends would be like, oh, look at this sexy men's calendar. And I'm like, that's a man with a shirt off. That's fine. Like I'm just not sexually attracted. Nothing happens. So I finally was able to tell my husband, and it was difficult because we maneuver, and before anybody is just like, well, how could you be married and asexual? It's a spectrum. I left my husband, and I am romantic with my husband. So we are great. But it was definitely a maneuvering period of him trying to understand what the heck that meant, and me trying to understand what it meant for us as well. Um, and it's been a journey, and I came out publicly as asexual last June. So yeah, and everyone's been really accepting, which has been quite lovely. So I appreciate that.
Have you found it easier or more confusing to navigate things?
Um, well, considering it's always been confusing, it's about the same. But if anything, it's at least a little easier because I have asexual friends who have approached me and who are just like, hey, I can help you answer things. And they've helped educate me on a lot of things I didn't yet understand. So, yeah, I would probably say easier, but more or less the same. Yeah.
I think that's all the questions that we had between everything. So, you know what we're just going to talk about now?
What?
D&D.
Heck yeah. Oh, gosh. Now that
um
I'm attracted
Tell
to.
me, when you play a character or like make a character,
Mm.
do you have like a process that you go through? Because what you've said you have 4 characters now.
I have two and a half.
Okay,
I haven't made the fourth one yet.
okay, 2.5, and I have made 5 or 6 long-standing characters
Nice.
through the years, and I mean I've only been playing for no, maybe close to 10 years now. It's crazy
Jealous.
to think. Because Ben and I were in our second apartment. So that means that it was just before or just after we got married. So we'll say roughly 10 years, if not a little longer.
Ooh.
Um, so do you have like, are you basically, since you're new, kind of going through and just picking all the things to find what you like? Or have you played enough video games that you roughly know the things that you like?
I mean, I kind of know what I like, But to be honest, when it goes through the process, Noah, my lawyer friend, is the one who's been helping me. Like he actually builds my characters because I don't understand all of that yet. But I'm learning the character sheets themselves after like I've been given the character sheet. So I've pretty much learned that fighters are strong and very easy to play, which is good for a beginner like me. Like I'm glad that that was my first character. And then I've learned that cleric is very difficult because you've got all of these spells, but you only get 2 spell slots. So you're just like, how do I choose the right ones? Because I'm squishy otherwise.
Right.
So that is
do I heal or do I damage? Do I heal? Do I damage?
what do you want me to do?
do I help people or do I help myself?
So I don't. Yeah, that's like my process. And then like for the Satyr Bard, I'm trying to figure out do I have to sing? Like I don't want to sing. but like then again I want to get super into the characters.
You need to get one of those little tiny plastic ukuleles. So before every single time you talk, you just pick it up and just play some really out of tune chord.
I actually picked a sham. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's one of the bard musical instruments that also can do damage.
Okay, good.
So I was like, oh yeah, let me come and whack you with my sham. Sham is like a really big clarinet.
Okay.
But it would be a clarinet or an oboe. I don't know.
How do you spell it?
Sham, SHAWM. But yeah.
It's a woodwind.
Yes.
So it depends on the reed. Like it would be more like an oboe based on the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it might be a double reed versus a single reed. Clarinets and everything in that group are single reeds, and oboes and such are double reeds.
Yeah.
You can tell that I played clarinet. It almost looks like a recorder.
Yeah, like a recorder.
I like playing recorders. They're fun.
So I want to beat people up with it. The only thing is, like, if I get a nat fail when trying to make a hit, it's going to break in half. And I'm going to have no sham.
Oh.
So I got to be careful about that.
Dang. I've pretty much always played in middle of the road squishy characters.
Ooh, tell me about yours.
I've played a lot of rangers, and a lot of rogues, and that's it. Because like I like what I like, and I know how to play them well, and I feel like I can carry enough storylines in between them. I played a fighter once, I think, in like a really small campaign.
I love my fighter. She's just a joy.
I played a rogue once where I think it was a campaign that Ben did. Oh, I'm trying to think because he DM'd a few campaigns for us.
Has he? Does he like doing?
Oh yeah, he loves doing it. He had like a whole entire notebook full of all of his notes, and he would spend like an hour or 2 each week right before our campaign, and he would lock himself up in his office and turn on music, and it was always like Lord of the Rings type music in the background, and then he would just write, and I'm like, it's so cool to see all the things that he came up with. And his favorite thing to do was, and that's why I miss playing in person, but his favorite thing to do was to take us off the board often. So in order to get through a dungeon, we had to play speed Jenga, or we had to do so everyone had to do Sudoku puzzles, and whoever could do it first was the one that broke the lock to get into something. So like he always did stuff like that, or he would make us actually get up and do things and interact with each other. So if we're like, I saunter over to whatever, and he's like, show me your saunter. And so you'd have to get up and like, walk across the room and stuff like that. And that's why I miss playing in person so badly. Because I
can't wait to play in person.
Yeah, it just
experience it.
It's just so good. Like I have dice sitting here, and I just want to roll the dice. I just
I've been rolling mine.
want to roll the dice, and I want to pick out minifigs, and I want to paint them, and I want to put them on the board. We have a whiteboard that is gridded off. So you draw everything out on there. And then we have the 3D cardboard like things that you can build to actually create your worlds in front of you.
Mhm.
And I just miss all of that so bad.
Yeah, I can't wait to play for my first time in person. Because I mean, Noah is really good at being my DM. Because like he'll ask me, or I'll be like, I want to peek in the store, and he's like, okay, but how do you do it? And so I have to act it out online, which is fun. Like I'm glad that he does that to make me, be more immersed. Uh, but I could imagine just how much more fun and enjoyable that would be in person. And then, like, you can actually act out with the people that you're with and be like, I want to pull this person to the side. And you just pull them to the side.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We would have a stack of post-it notes that were everyone had a mini stack, and we would like secretly pass notes to each other to talk to each other, or the DM would like write it on a sticky note and pass it to me, but then also so and so was near me, so I would have to then secretly pass the note to them in order for them to read it in time before the actual event took place and stuff like that. So it just, yeah, it's a whole nother level. And like, and I absolutely love playing in person, and I'm struggling playing online.
Yeah.
And I hope that, eventually I can find a way to make it where I'm not struggling. I also just am really tired when we play. So
I feel like whatever next convention that we can safely go to, we just need to have a night where we do a one-off session.
oh yeah.
Like,
And I think it's important to play with multiple DMs. So
Yeah,
I've
you get to
had,
learn different play styles.
yeah, I've had 4 different dungeon masters in my playtime so far. And yeah, it's just everybody's different. Everybody takes the rules differently, and depending on how lenient you are or how strict they are, and it's a whole new game basically with each person.
It gets me so excited just to play more and more. I just want to get good to the point where I don't have to use a lot of reference sheets.
Yeah.
I want to become much more knowledgeable. I've been watching so many different things of like, how do you play this kind of class? Or seeing people play their TTRPGs. I'm just like, I want to be a part of that. But I get
I just
excited.
love that you're like just you dove in head first on it.
Yes, I'm eat, sleeping, and breathing it so much. I It's like the thing that I feel like has been missing from my life that I've always wanted to do, but I never could do, and now that it's finally, like, I've gotten the handout for it, I'm just like, "Yes."
Now you need to get all of like the player's handbook and monster manuals and all
Yes!
that kind of stuff and read through
There's this
those.
one that came out, what is it called? Let me see if I can find it really quickly. But I wanna purchase it because it looks really good. Let's see. It would be it's a new manual. I think it came out like last year. I can't find it, but it's some new monster book that somebody came out with. But it looks
There's so many good ones. We have a it's not really a card game, but we have a game that we got called Three Dragon Ante, which is a game in the pre-written campaigns for D&D that they play in like pubs and in bars and stuff like that. And you play with like stones, is how it's played. And Ben and I will play that all the time. And it's just fun to find those games that are a part of the actual world, and include that kind of stuff.
Oh, I found it.
Oh,
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard that one's really good. I've been hearing so much and I want to get it and read it.
Isn't there a Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out or starting production?
Is there?
Not so.
What? Hello? I need to see this?
2022, and
22, get out of here.
who has been in it? Chris Pine is so Captain Kirk, Star Trek. Hugh Grant, Michelle
Mhm.
Rodriguez.
Ooh, a fun cast.
I think I don't know if it's like officially out or not, but like if it's confirmed or if it's still. Oh, apparently there was a one that came out in 2000.
Oh,
And then there's one that came out in 2005. Wrath of the Dragon God. I guess we're gonna be having a watch party sometime soon.
heck yeah.
Yeah, there's a D&D and Magic the Gathering. Or is there a Magic the Gathering movie? No, there's another. Is it Magic the Gathering movie? There's another like based off of a fantasy world movie that's coming out. Maybe it's this
Wasn't there a Lord of
series.
the Rings series coming out on
Yeah,
Amazon?
Magic the Gathering is a planned animation series based on the game that was announced in June 2019. It is to be released in 2021 on Netflix and created by Wizards of the Coast. Interesting. Cool.
I love. Oh my gosh, D&D makes me so excited. I just want us to have a whole show about D&D. I don't know what all we talk about yet, but like,
Can we do a 2-hour one shot?
yeah,
Get
we just
enough
need
people.
to get. We can get. We can get Noah to DM, and it's just me and you, like adventuring together.
Just two little wood nymphs.
That'd be so cute, actually.
It almost feels like David the Gnome kind of thing. Like we're just living in the forest.
That's what I want. Oh my gosh, D&D the magic word. Dream.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. Or we could do a just Sam's D&D. Where it's just Sam's.
Yeah.
And everyone's named Sam. And
Okay. And oh my gosh, that would be such a hoot.
we're all named Sam, but we're all different races and all different classes too.
Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining.
You know, you heard someone wrote a Harry Potter D&D game. There's a lot of
Yeah, there's
Harry
like paper
Potter
editions.
versions of it and stuff like that. Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
inspired, allegedly.
thank you for letting us interview you.
Of course. This was good. Thank you for interviewing me.
Next week we haven't talked about exactly what we're going to talk about yet, but we will post it up on Twitter. I will find that picture of that monkey for you.
Thanks.
Post it on Twitter. And I think that we are going to be looking into more guests to come on soon. And I think it's more going to be just people that we like in the community to come talk to us about whatever our topic is, not necessarily a topic that is like pertinent to them or one that they can, we're not going to interview them or anything like that. We're just looking for friends to come hang out with our friend group.
Yeah, come hang out. We're definitely planning a Sam's thing. Like that's gonna happen.
We can then do this and have people back up in our picture frame here instead of just us. So not that just us is not cool, but
it's fine.
Occasionally we'll have people join us, I guess. Well, thank you everybody for coming to hang out. I hope your week is magical. And were we coming up with a outro phrase? You're good at those. We don't have one yet. Maybe we'll think of one.
Extra magical. That's all I got.
Have a magical day.